Brahmadibhyo Brahmavidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vangsharishibhyo Namo Gurubhyo Om Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtang Shaktincha Tatputra Parasarancha Vyasam Shukang Gaurapadang Mahantam Govinda Jogindra Mathasya Shishyang Sri Shankaracharjam Athasya Padma Padancha Hastamalakang cha Shishyang cha Tutakang Bhattika Karamanyan Asmad Jurudan Santatamanatu Osmi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Our salutation to Brahman and others, to the succession of the teachers who give knowledge of Brahman, and to the endless names of sages of our lineage. We salute them again and again, all our teachers, the lotus-born Narayana, Vasishtha, Shakti, and his son Parasara, Vyasa, Shukadeva, Gaurapada, the great, and his disciple Sankaracharya, Padmapada, and his fellow disciples Hastamalaka, Totaka, Sureshwara, and all others. We salute them all. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today, our topic is the concept of Guru. So we have just chanted that verse which teaches us that this is a succession of traditional wisdom. It is to be not treated by anyone and everyone out of his own whims, but this is a lineage of the sages and saints who have experienced the highest truth, and they are the teachers. We call them gurus. The guru is a word which is now very popular. Everyone understands that. In every field there is a guru. Music guru, the teacher who teaches our Hatha Yoga guru, who is a teacher in science, physics, chemistry, they are our gurus. So guru is a term who teaches, and who is a guru is a question, but guru is one from whom the knowledge descends to us. From our childhood we have innumerable gurus. When we are babies we do not know even our body. And somebody taught us, this is nose, this is eyes, this is ears. So all are teachers. And particularly we are concerned about the spiritual teachers. That's our subject of discussion. And spiritual teachers are very special. The spiritual teachers are illumined persons who have experienced the truth, and they transfer that truth into the heart of the others. That means this knowledge can be transferred. It is like kindling a lamp by another lamp. A light comes from that energy. It is not, books are there. Why the need of a personal teacher? The same question. The books are there all over, now available online even. You need not have to go to the library. But why do you go to the university? Why you spend so much money and go to a teacher? There is something special about the teacher where transmission actually happens. And in spiritual life, it is more so important. It is more vital that in spiritual life, you need a teacher from whom the inspiration, the kindling of the potential spirit within us will be awakened. We are all talking about this Guru. Once a year we try to talk about, because this month is the Guru Purnima. All over India, people celebrate the puja for their gurus. But who is the ultimate Guru? Guru's Guru is Lord Himself. That is the Guru. But His power, His energy descends through some channel. As you know, the holy Ganga, its root is in the high Himalayas. And therefrom, it is called the Gomukh, the glacier, from where the stream of water flows down. And Ganga is considered most purifying. Therefore, even if you sprinkle Ganga water, you become pure. That's the concept. And that Ganga comes down from high heaven, high in the altitude of the Himalayas, and descends and descends and descends and comes to the plain land, and comes to the down to Allahabad, down to Calcutta, and down to the Bay of Bengal. The same spiritual current flowing from door to door as if to supply that purity to everyone, Mother Ganga is flowing. That is the belief. Similarly, the spiritual energy of the whole universe, which is the absolute Satchidananda Brahman, God, the absolute. His grace descends on us. We, the people who are ignorant, we don't know about ourselves. We don't know where do I go after death. We do not know where do we come from. Why we are suffering in life. Why we are going through these agonies and pains and little frustrations and joys and suffering, all these dualities. Why we are going through. We are ignorant about that. But we are. Will we be ignorant all through? Therefore God, who created this universe and gave us this ignorance, a play of ignorance, and then again is giving us the way out of this duality of ignorance. So that is the Guru, the grace of God comes through Guru, that is the channel. Swami Vivekananda speaks about Guru, the soul. Swami Vivekananda says, I quote, the soul can only receive impulses from another soul. In anything, no, in our life, we see someone is very exclusively engrossed in some achievement, in some thing he did, and as a result he achieved something. We get inspiration to follow that person. Therefore, the soul, our human soul, can only receive impulses. It cannot get it from the stones, but it gets from a person who is enlightened already, who is already awakened. And from nothing else, we may study books all our lives. We may become very intellectual, but in the end, we find that we have not developed at all in spirituality. And how many scholars and pundits and all over the universe, there are so many. But the question is, important point is that what to know that there should be some spirituality, whether it is transforming our life. Spirituality means transforming our life, our character. We are born with a lower character. Lower characters mean mean character, with ego, with pride, with jealousy, hatred, all this malice, all this, to develop into a loving, caring, spiritual person, and loving all, seeing and respecting all, and transcending this and seeing God everywhere. Our spiritual life starts from this ignorant state to the higher and higher and higher development, and reaches the climax when we can see divine within and divine everywhere. So Swami Vivekananda says, it is not true that a high order of intellectual development always goes hand in hand with a proportionate development of the spiritual side in man. This inadequacy of books to quicken spiritual growth is the reason why, although almost every one of us can speak most wonderfully on spiritual matters, but when it comes into action and the living of the spiritual life, we find ourselves awfully deficient. We may talk big things, we may talk big ideals, but when it comes in our practical life, we utterly fail there. So why we fail? Because the transformation is not happening inside. It should transform the personality, our mind, emotion, ego, intellect, everything should be purified, and it will reveal the glory of the divine within and the glory of the divine outside. So intellectualism is not bad, because that clears our misconceptions about things. But again, intellectualism is like a forest. Sabdajalang maharannam chitta brahmana karanam. Shankaracharya in the Viveka Chudamani says, Sabdajalang maharannam. One person, eloquent person, can speak very highly, can speak in that language which ordinary people cannot understand, even it's high philosophical terms. That can be intellectual joy. That's called intellectual joy, but not the spiritual joy. That does not allow anybody to be illumined in that way. That's rather sometimes becomes a burden or blockage. It's called intellectual blockage. And they cannot get out, they cannot transcend that limit. That's why it is called Sabda Jalam, the network of the vocabulary sound. Maha Arannam, it is like a big forest. And you don't find out to get out of it. We want to get out of this forest of life, this suffering, this misery, all these dualities of life. We want to get out of it. But how to get out of it? So that's why we need such illumined people who can really guide us to transcend even that intellect. So intellectualism is not necessary. Ramakrishna didn't go to any school and college, you know. Christ did not go to any university. We didn't hear about that. Shankaracharya, he is a very small boy. Yes, from childhood he was illumined by its own in the inner spirit. But he went to a teacher though. That's a different thing. But they didn't go to the highest universities, what we give prestige to mostly. Spiritual life is for all. It is not necessarily that one should be a highly intellectual person. Because all the time intellectualism can help us, it can also bar our progress. Therefore be careful. That's why Swami Vivekananda says, life is more important. We need to see a life. Ramakrishna was a life, exemplary life, where Vivekananda came and he was searching for God. Have you seen God? Have you seen God? Have you seen God? He's going to every nooks and corners of Calcutta at that time. And he didn't get a proper response. Have you seen God? Someone said, your eyes are very bright. It looks you are a potential good candidate. You do meditation, you will get it. But the direct question, have you seen it? That no one can say. And then gave the response, only Ramakrishna, that poor person who didn't go to school, who didn't have any college education. But he said, I have seen God, I can show you God. That's a direct response. That is called the guru, real guru. Ideal guru, ideal student. The Ascharya Bhakta, Kushalasya Labdha. This extraordinary, brilliant student searching for the truth. And the teacher is extraordinary, par excellence. He has experienced himself the truth. That's the guru's idea. So Swami Vivekananda continues, to quicken the spirit, the impulse must come from another soul. To revive our inner spirit, which is potential, to just awaken it, you need another person as the lamp. One lamp, which is lit lamp, that can bring light to the another lamp. So therefore, the person from whose soul such impulse comes is called the guru, he is called the teacher. And the person to whose soul the impulse is conveyed is called the sishya or the disciple. the student. The true preacher of religion has to be wonderful capabilities, and clever shall be his hearers be also. And when both these are wonderful, really wonderful and extraordinary, then will a splendid spiritual awakening result, and not otherwise. So this is the concept of Guru. Guru is that he removes the dark veil of ignorance from our eyes and opens up the knowledge and wisdom within and directs us how to go into that journey and how everything opens up by his grace guidance. Such is Guru, who has himself crossed the terrible ocean of life and without any idea of gain to himself helps others also to cross the ocean. Guru, what will be real Guru, will have no motive. He has no personal plan behind gaining something, some money, some wealth, some name, fame, power, position. Guru should not ask for that. True Guru will ask for, he'll be happy, not in money, not with prestige or honor, but he will be happy if the disciple, the student, improves his character and finds more and more joy and bliss in meditation, in prayer. He dives deep into that and he finds greater joy. The real Guru. Therefore, Guru should not be seeking for any material gain. Therefore, that's why be careful. When you go to a Guru and say, give 5,000, and I will give you immediate Brahmagyan. So that's why people don't come to Vedanta much. Because they cannot give any guarantee of something to give it immediate. They say you have to work hard. See, opposite. They say who will come there? You give the instruction, now it is yours. Guru will say, I have given you the mantra. Ami jani je mantra, dilam tomre sei mantra. Ekhon mon tor. Guru says, I know the mantra. What mantra I know to overcome the ignorance of life, I have given you. Ami jani je mantra, dilam, I have offered you this mantra. Ekhon mon tor. Now the mantra is to be repeated, and mantra should be practiced in such a way that purification of the heart will happen. But it is your mantra. You are to do the mantra, and your mind should be accepting this philosophy. That means the responsibility is on your practice. That's the point. That's why it is very important that the gurus should be pure. They will be selfless. They should not have any expectation other than the spiritual growth of the student. They will not have any desire to get anything in. Of course, we love and respect our teachers. That's a different thing. But from his side, it should not be that seeking for these worldly things, because it is a gift of love and divine gift. Therefore, the Guru, this is the Guru, and mark that none else can be a Guru. That means who having no motive, who is only giving for this purpose. It is a mysterious law of nature that as soon as someone says, when I shall get my Guru, Guru will come to you or in your life. In such a way you do not know how it comes. If you are sincere, it will come to you. You will meet. Suddenly you will get an acquaintance and certain connection happens. And then you get the right direction from there. So Swami Vivekananda says it's a mysterious law of nature that as soon as the field is ready, the seed must come. And as soon as the soul wants religion, the transmitter of religion must come. In life, it happens when we are sincerely seeking for God, sincerely seeking for the truth. Truth will come. And the teacher will come, guide will come. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting in the Dakshineshwar. in his life, if you read, understand all these things in the life of Ramakrishna. He was sitting in Dakshineshwar and she is crying to Mother, Ma, how you are worshipped by the Christians, how you are worshipped by other religions, other paths, please show me. And teacher is coming to him. He's an extraordinary student, that's why teacher came to them. But in our life also, teacher comes in a mysterious way. We do not know how we met them and how we get connected with them. So when the power that attracts in the receiving soul is full and ripe, the power which answers to the attraction must come. When the student is seriously seeking for something, the teacher must come to fulfill that. So this is overall the concept of Guru. Now we find that this Guru concept is mostly in almost all the religions. This aspect of Guru is there in different language. In Jainism, we find that there are 5 types of Gurus are mentioned. In Jain practice, they are called Navkar and Namokar. And in them, we find they are called Acharya. Acharya, the teachers who teaches how to live one's own life and behave properly in a decent manner. Upadhyay means preceptors, less advanced spiritual teacher. And Sadhu is the practicing right conduct, that type of people. So there is a mantra where the Jains practice and do their salutation every day. Om Namo Arhantanang, Om Namo Siddhanang, meaning I bow down to the Arihantas, I bow down to the Siddhas, I bow down to the Acharyas, Upadhyayas, I bow down to all the saints and sages of the world. We find in the Sikhism also, Sikh religion, Guru, all the words are started with Guru. Guru Nanak, then Guru Gobind Singh. So, first Guru was Guru Nanak. This Guru is our teacher. Then 10th Guru was Guru Gobind Singh. After that Gobind Singh, it is said that human Gurus ended there. And the teaching of the Gurus have been called into a book, which is called Guru Granth Sahib. That was a Guru. Granth Sahib is a book. What is that book? All the spiritual teachings which will release us from bondage is given over there. And you go to the Gurudwara, you will find they're offering the same way of respect as a human Guru gets. They are fanning the book itself. For them it's not the book, but it's the Guru. And they chant the Guru mantras from all these chants. So that's called the eternal Guru. This is the scripture, is the Guru. That is the 11th Guru. And this is the eternal religious and spiritual guidance for the Sikh people. The system of religious philosophy and expression has been traditionally known as Guru Mat. What is the Guru Mat? What is the philosophy of the Guru? What is the direction of the Guru? The council of Gurus. And that's why they always used to say, Wah, Guruji ke fateh. Swami Vivekananda used to say, Wah, Guruji ke fateh. That means glory to God, Guru. So, and they used to, we call Omkara, say their verse is that Ik Omkara, only Omkara is the only one reality. So, that is the idea. We find that tradition going on still today in Sikhism. The idea of Guru is there in a different way now, but the human Guru to the Guru in the form of scripture, that is there. In Buddhism, we find that Buddha said that the southern Buddhists, they call the Theravadins, they say in the Kalma Sutra, he says, Buddha said, "Oh come, Kalamas, do not go by oral tradition, by lineage of teachings, by hearsay, by collection of scriptures, by logical reason, by inferential reasoning, by theorizing, by considered accept of misconceptions, by seeing competence of a speaker, or because of your think that someone is a greater teacher. That means judge, try to understand who can give you spirituality. Accept him as a teacher, not by one eloquent speaker. It may attract your mind, but he is not, whether he is fit to give you the spiritual wisdom. That means test the Guru day and night before you accept the Guru. But when you accept the Guru, don't again judge him again anymore. Understand, this is the description of the restrictions here. Before you accept someone as Guru, see whether he is fit, whether he is pure, whether he has no motive, whether his character is spiritual, pure nature. He lives in God, he thinks of God, he studied Upanishads, Gita, all the verses, all these things, understood its meaning and practicing himself. So before that, you can judge. But when you accept it, then follow the instruction what Guru has given. That will lead us to the freedom. Northern Buddhists also, we find that the Mahayana script called the Mahayana paths. There the Guru idea is there. You can find lamas. Lamas are gurus. So lama, mostly monks, but they may be also married people also. We hear that this preacher, Atis Dipankar, who was considered in the Tibet, he was considered that he has, as second to the Buddha, he had at least 150 gurus, meaning help of so many gurus. In the Bhagavad it is written that Avadhuta means wandering monk, he had 24 gurus. That means he learned from everything, his eyes are open, and he learns to manifest the spirituality fully in his life. But there is one root guru. We can learn from everyone, but one root guru who gives us mantra and whose practice is predominantly done every day, that is called the root guru, and we can have that. These ideas are, and these are he, root guru is he with whom you are most familiar. Then he will channel the blessings of the higher Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to you. That means you get a higher experiences through this channel of your root guru. That is a Buddhistic idea, Mahayana idea. Now, in the Islam also you can find that there are the concept of teachers. Imam. Imam is the teacher guide, no? The whole Islamic community will go whatever their teacher teaches. In the teachers are known also Rasuls, Nabis, they are messengers, apostles. There are prophets, they are also teachers, great prophets, individuals believed to spread God's message on earth and to serve as models of ideal human behavior. So, some prophets are called messengers who transmit divine revelation, most of them through the interaction through an angel. So say, angel came, angel gave me the direction, and they transmit that knowledge. So we find that concept of guru is also in all other major religions. Even in Judaism, the rabbis and others are there, they are called the teachers. They not to worship them, but the question is that teaching is transmitted to such people. In Hinduism, of course, it is a very deep subject in Hinduism. There are guru concept, and guru is not only that, suppose anyone can have some revelation. That is not to be accepted unless it is supported by the experience of other saints before. That's why it should corroborate to the experience of Guru Parampara. That's why we chanted the verse, knowledge came to Brahma, Brahma transmitted that knowledge to his disciple, to Vyaso, to Shankara, like that it is coming down till today. So there should be a lineage. As I gave the example of the Holy Ganga, that same channel, it should pass through some channel. But channel may be, in somewhere it may be the face of the channel is somewhere different. Every face will be, like another example can be given when rain shower comes on the roof and the roof water goes out, to the spout, pipes. So one pipe may be facing it looks like a tiger face. The water may come to the tiger. This child will say, oh, tiger is bringing water out of his mouth. Elephant is bringing another. So it is no tiger, no elephant is important. Important is the inner water which is coming to us. That's why Guru Parampara. In our tradition also, you see, Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna got his from the gurus. Say, Sannyas Guru Totapuri, Bhairavi Brahmani, teaching all the different types of Saktos, philosophies and other things. So it is gurus, to that guru is channelized through that, and then gurus to guru, Brahmananda, Shivananda, like that, it is coming down to other channels. So this is the philosophy of Guru Parampara. But we have to understand, if we look back to the ancient time of history, there in the Upanishads are the ancient scriptures where we find that this concept of Guru is very dominant. There, if we refer to, say, Kena Upanishad, it's always a student going to a teacher. And going to a teacher with humility, with real yearning to know the truth, they go and approach a teacher. And the teacher, seeing the candidate ready for that, they convey the message, what they have experienced, that knowledge to them. So in the Kena Upanishad, a student approaching a teacher, and very first question he is asking, Sir, please tell me how this mind runs into the objects of the senses. Why? My mind is here, but why is running? To see eye, to the ear, to hearing, to touch, to taste, to tongue. Why it is running like that? Who drives them? See, the student is so sincere, he is not satisfied with the day-to-day happenings, eating, sleeping and dying. He is putting this question, why it is happening? Who is behind me? Who is behind my mind? Kene shitang preshitang patati manaha, kena prana pratama praiti yukta. See, in my life, they say, this is the prana, the vital energy, as a vital air. Who is behind this, guiding this vital air to move? Very fundamental question, no? And Chakshu Shrotram Kene Chitang Bacham Himam Vadanti. Who is behind my speech? Who is making me to speak? Who is there? Chakshu, to the eyes, I see. What is that behind me that is driving me to see the objects? Shrotram, hearing the objects. This is the question. And see, sincere question of a sincere student, very urgent and important. And then the teacher was kind. He responds, oh, you are trying to find out that? He is the eye. You see your eyes seeing? No, he's the eye of the eye. He's the ear of the ear. He's the touch behind that essential touch. Sattasya sattang. He's the mind of the mind. Manaso manojat. Vachaha vacham. He's the speech behind the speech. So pranasya prana. You asked who is in my vital energy. He's the real consciousness behind this prana, the flow of energy. Chakshushas chakshu. Ati muccha dhiraha. Only if you can become intelligent enough. Dhira. Dhira means calm and serene and pure-minded. Then Atimuccha, you can transcend this, and then you can transcend the death, birth and death, and Amrita Bhavanti. You become immortal, you become birthless, you become deathless. So the question by the student, and here is a teacher, appropriate teacher, who gives the right response. And we cannot understand by this word. That's why we need Guru. If he says he is the eye of the eye, what do I understand? It's a mystic word. Eye of the eye, real eye behind this eye. What is the real eye? I have no idea. So that's why you have to live with a teacher, constantly question and see and respond and practice to understand what is that eye of the eye, ear of the ear, mind of the mind, real truth behind all this apparent expression of mortal objects. No? Everything is mortal, everything is changing, everything is dying. That is the only thing which does not die. We find that we go to the Prasna Upanishad. Yeah, beautifully written. That's another Upanishad. There are so many Upanishads, no? One of the important Upanishad, Prasna. We find that there are 6 students. Heard that there is a Brahmagyani, there is a good teacher. So they all, one together, went to the teacher's home. And the teacher's name was a sage called Pippalada. It is a Sanskrit name, difficult for all of you to remember. But anyhow, X, Mr. X, say Pippalada. Pippalada, it is teacher. And approached by 6 students. John, Jacob, like that. Their name is different only. So these 6 students approached them. The Upanishad suggests, that is a beautiful description. Let me read 1 or 2 words there. Says, Suam Sukesha cha Bharadwaja. There is one boy whose name is Sukesha. Sukesha. He is coming from his father's name is the sage Bharadwaja. He is a sage, great sage, a realized soul. That means his family is very spiritual, highly spiritual. With that background, they are grown from our childhood. So that is the description when it referring his father's name. Another name is called Sattakama. His family is from Shaiba. And that's also great sage. Like that, 6 of them, they are renowned. Surjayuni, Garga, etc., etc. Te ha ete, all these 6 people, Brahmapara, Brahmanishta, Parang Brahma Anneshumana. They are searching for knowing that absolute truth. Limitless Brahman, the absolute. Brahmanishta, and they are focused on understanding that. Their life's goal is not money making, not going to another journey in life to have name, fame, power, position. These are not important. Important to know who am I, what is behind. So they all approached. That is the qualification of the student. Student, it should not be superficial student. Listening some lectures or reading some book, one day having something, I know everything. Whole life is necessary to realize this truth which is hidden behind us. So these students, they are Brahmapara, they are searching for Brahman, they are Brahmanishta, they are focused in knowing the Brahman. Parang Brahma Anneshumana, they are searching, where is the truth, Brahman, where? They are searching everywhere. So they heard, Esha Havai Tat Sarvang Bhakshati. Oh, there is this Guru is there who knows everything and he can respond to our questions. Then, Ititeha Samitpanaya. Then all these 6 students with Samitpani. Samitpani means with folded palm, as also carrying Samitpani, with carrying a load of firewood as a expression of their devotion, humility. They approached where? Bhagavantang Pippaladam Upashannaha. That God, the lordly spiritual personality, whose name is Pippalada, the sage Pippalada, is the Guru here. They all approached him. Here a very few important points we should have to understand. How to go to a teacher. What will be your qualification? What we should be ready with. It's not a superficial inquiry. Reading something, seeing something, it happens. Someone of our friend have passed away or something has happened at that spur of that moment. I have some question and I go and ask. And before the answer is said, we put another question. That question is solved, another question. It's not that superficial thing we'll do. It should be very serious, student. The 3 qualification has been given. Brahma Para, they are determined that they want to know the Para, the Supreme Brahman. Brahmanishta, they are absorbed in the knowledge of Brahman, or their focus is Brahman. They are, as I said, not focus in worldly or any worldly talk, worldly thing. They have so much understand about their life's impermanence, and they have understood that this is not eternal. So there is some eternal substance behind this non-eternal, behind this death. There is some immortal reality. So they are studied that way. Their mind is set ready to grasp that truth. So they are going with this type of earnestness. So they are coming from a renowned family background, meaning from childhood, or their environment has helped them to build up this questioning, this spiritual questioning. They are the seekers of Brahmajnana. They are dedicated to the realization of Brahman. These are the qualities of the student. I want the truth. I have seen the world enough. The world can give us joy, I know. But that joy is so limited and momentary. I am not satisfied with that. I want something more of undying nature. So that urge should come from here. That's the student's condition. And then he should go to teacher, not like saying, hey, hello, hi Guru, give me mantra. It's not like that. It is not purchasing some commodity. Going to the marketplace, saying, hey, I give you $10, give me this 1 pound of butter or something like that, whatever. That you pay $10 and you get something. It is not like Guru is not like that. Guru has a treasure. Why he will give you? It should be given to only who has the deep humility and water flow. No? You want to transfer water from one jar to the other. The jar which is full, you have to put the jar in which you have to put, it should be below. You cannot put it above and say, hey, hi, give me. It can go by siphon action. That's a different idea. But at least normal thing is that the recipient should be humble. They should bow down to the teacher. Then the flow comes this way. So that's why they first went to the teacher, and with humility, with knowledge, with wisdom, with this yearning, at the same time carrying a load of firewood. Why firewood? Because in those days, that will help Guru. Guru will be pleased. Because Guru is to do everyday home fire, no? And they need huge amount of firewood. So if someone actually want to serve your Guru, he will bring something which he will be happy with because he can use them for home fire. So that was, and also you put at his feet and then bow down. That is the ancient tradition, showing that he is a student. If anyone comes like that, teacher would understand he wants to learn from me. And with humility, then they approach. So that is and then what happens? These 6 boys all approach the Guru. Pippalada is the name of the teacher. And then when it happened, as we get instant knowledge, no? I come to know, I have question, just solve my problem now. It will not be like that. To have deeper understanding, the teacher then said, what he says, second verse. Tanhasa hasa rishiruvacha. These 6 boys, when they went there, the rishi, the teacher, he then uvacha said. What he said? Bhuyo eva taposa brahmacharjena swaddhaya sangvatsaratha. Oh, you want to know the truth, absolute? I want to listen to your questions now. No question at all. First you take 1 year, go to 1 year retreat. What will you do? Get out from all worldly contact. Do austerity. Fast. Deepen your question. And taposa. And be pure in hearted. No external questions. Dive deep into, live a celibate life with your humility and devotion. Just live 1 year in isolated place. And then come to question one question. They are top teachers. Of course, that type of training gives them the seriousness of it, no? If you get anything without much effort, you don't understand the value of it. But when you get the same thing, when you are really, say someday you have your whole day you have not eaten anything, someone gives you a very ordinary food, and at the moment of hunger, you are so happy as if you are eating some nectar-like food, is it not? So similarly, this hunger of the soul should be there. That's why Guru asked them to go 1 year and do austerity, do spiritual practice, do senses, all this, restrain your senses, focus your mind and be celibate and live a life of that, and then come to your question. Then we find that after 1 year, as per Guru's instruction, and then another question. Then the Guru said, Jatha kamam prasnan pichato. After coming back, you question me as you like. Whatever question. And he's humble. Guru should be humble also. He says, Yodi Bigyasyamaha, if I know, whatever question, I cannot say I know everything. That's the humility. He knows everything. He's a Brahmagyani par excellence. But his humility is such, if I know your question, then sarvang havo bhakshamaiti. I will tell you everything what I know, without reservation. But first you do this part. So here is also another question. Teacher, real teacher, with full of knowledge, they are very humble, very simple. But at the same time, ask the student to get ready for just to have that proper recipient, to make the ground ready. If the ground is ready, then you put the seed, and the seed will flourish into the plant. If the ground is not ready, you put in a stone, it will remain years and years and years. No sprout will come out. So that is the purpose. Students should be ready for that. So like that, we find that 6 students, then one by one, they came at one time and another time, and their question, all the questions are not necessarily the question. My question is not the question of yours. Here also in Prashna Upanishad we find the person who is putting the question, first one is putting the question from a basic level. And then the second person is putting a question in a higher level, and then going to the mental level, intellectual level, and then transcending that level of Brahman. So there is a stages of development. It is to be understood. That's why when we listen to very high level Vedanta talks, it appears as if so easy. No, I am Atman, I am pure, I am stainless. Nothing touches me. I am free from all blemish. Good. But when you come back from that mood, are you free from lust? Are you free from greed? Is your mind free from all malice? You are not ready. Those people who will be feeling, Gita says, Vedanta is the best tonic, but not for those who are ingrained in body identity. I am Atman, true. But I think I am the body. You say something, you, Swami, did that. Then I will, what? And when I say, what? That means I am body bound. When I am body bound with my body, mind and emotion, and ego, and intellect, I am learned man. And you say something, what? I know much more than you. Then, and you say, I am Brahman. How can it be? So we have to disidentify this. That is the ground. That's why the prayer is necessary, practice is necessary to purify the heart so that I don't identify with this body, with my body, my mind, my ego. I don't identify there. I identify who is in me, the essential consciousness. So that's why there are stages of development. That's why we need Guru. And they give us mantra. They guide us so that we can gradually following that mantra step by step. Our mind becomes gradually pure and purer and purer, and the higher and higher realm of experiences will be understood. So the concept is there in Guru's concept in our life, and we'll have to be real type of student by our qualification, increasing our capability to understand the truth by humility, by sadhana, by purity, practice of purity. And Guru, another important thing, Guru is most of the time we mistake the person. Don't mistake the person as Guru. But the principle, that is to be remembered very much. Principle, the mantra, the instruction, the ideal, what has been placed, and what he is also, the Guru is established in that knowledge, or he is practicing to reach the same goal. We need not always we think that, where shall we get a Guru like Ramakrishna? Where shall we get a Guru like, say, Ramana Maharshi? And Ramana Maharshi is Guru, but going to him we will be Ramana Maharshi instantly. It took long time. So therefore, we should have to see that we don't need to think so much to follow the instruction of the Guru, spiritual instruction, and to focus on that aspect, not the human aspect. And that's why it is said, don't live with your Guru more than 3 days. Why? Then you will look at the human side more. He speaks like that, he becomes angry, he talks like that. This Guru is a student, if he is not prepared, the question we read, the Guru will, I come to know the Brahman, and he is asking me to go 1 year for doing austerity and fasting. What type of Guru is this? I will go to another Guru. So this is to be understood that it is for our purification of the mind, and the personality should be overcome, because we want, that's why we said, Guru Brahma eje akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai shri gurave namah. We salute that Guru who is permeated and pervaded all over the universe. Akhandam Satchidanandam. Akhanda mandal akara, vyapta means interpenetrated, and it is permeated everywhere. That chara, which is movable and immovable objects. And my Guru has shown me that path, that reality by his grace. So I salute him again and again. So this is the overall Guru idea is great idea. We can talk more, but here we end here. So Guru, the concept in every religion, in every spiritual practice, Guru is necessary, and Guru not the person but the principle to be followed. And it is not for Guru's grace, Guru's showing any mercy to Guru or anybody, for my own salvation, to clear the doubts and confusions, the practice, and the truth will be revealed by Guru's grace. So salutation to Guru. Thank you.
Question, comments? Really, no questions?
Yeah.
Swami Sarvadevananda, Swamiji, thank you for your talk and exploring this concept that I think maybe many of us have contemplated at some point or another, if not all the time. I myself, one of my first introductions to a Westerner going through the process of Guru and disciple relationship, I read with Isherwood and his relationship with Prabhupada, and how, through time, quite a period of time, and a relationship building on top of guru-disciple friendship, he was exposed to this karma yoga and bhakti yoga and this relationship between working without an end in sight. In other words, working for the idea of working and in the connection through work, and keeping the ego and expectations out, the return out of the equation, as well as devotional practice. My recent studies, I come across this concept of Ishvara Pranidhanam, basically just committing, life and heart to God or Brahman or something, and but it's a difficult situation. I'm going by all kinds of stimuli around me and all this that I read, and I understand that ultimately I think finding somebody to shepherd, or at least to help expand this search that that I have. I can only talk for myself, and so I am searching. I've been involved with Vedanta for a long time, mostly in Hollywood Temple, but here as well. So after this, maybe I can approach somebody and inquire a little bit more. But ultimately, I believe that God is in all and around us, and my goal is to truly meet and become one with that higher self. So, which I'm conscious of on a daily basis, but the struggle is there. The struggle is there by the life that I currently lead. I mean, by choice. I'm trying to integrate still in whatever, work and friendship and communal and living in Southern California, whatever the criteria may be. I just wanted to thank you that really shone some light on me. There was no real question. It was
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Say something, some question. Huh? Yeah. I said, let the microphone come, so that everyone will be hear you. Have it.
Thank you. Yes, the question is, and I guess I always battle with this, but
I little clearer to say.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I've always battled with this, and I've heard before through talks that the purpose is also to purify every aspect in us. And one of those purifications is to purify the ego. But I don't know if it's also living in the Western culture that you always hear ego, and you always, relate that ego or as like, you just need to get rid of the ego because it's bad. But then ego can also transcend. Is that what I'm hearing?
We have two egos. One is the small ego, which identify with me, mine, selfishness, I. There is another ego, which is expanded ego, and that I is there. See, mother's ego. Mother first, before the baby, mother thinks I, this body. Me, my suffering, my joy, my pleasure, my pain, this, my. When the baby comes, baby's preference, baby's suffering, baby's cry, baby's joy, she extends herself. I is expanding. Two children, 3 children. Now, we can expand that with others. Swami Vivekananda said, God is everywhere. To who is suffering, God is suffering. So long you think that you being the divine, think that you are the body, that's also divine and thinking the body. So in the God wearing many masks. So we have to expand our ego, and that ego expansion in spiritual life we call extending our identity from body. I am not the body. If I am not the body, we are a part of the cosmic body. If I am not the mind, this mind, I am a part of the cosmic mind. Extend yourself. If I am not the ego, I am the part of the cosmic ego. So in this different level, that's why we go to teacher, and teacher teaches us how to translate that by practicing not the body but the Ishta. Think of God. You cannot think of God, the infinite absolute. That's why they say, oh, think of your beloved ideal of Christ or Buddha or Rama or Krishna, Ramakrishna or Mother Kali. Make a symbol of that infinite and focus there, focus there, focus. That means you are forgetting your body, forgetting your mind, rambling of the mind going. No, mind, come here. Think of the divine in this particular form. It may be form, it may not be formal, it may be formless, like infinite ocean, like infinite sky. But think about that you are expanding your identity. And that following that path, it will automatically, one will realize that he is not limited in the body.
Thank you.
Swamiji Pranam. I wanted to ask a question. So, how do I improve my concentration so that I can pray more effectively?
Yeah. That's our major problem in meditation, how to focus. That concentration we have to practice every moment of life. If we can do whatever we are doing with full concentration, there is no hierarchy in spiritual life. We make a distinction spiritual and secular. When I am cooking, if I can focus 10% of my mind, that same mind is not like a flashlight. Flashlight, when it's spread all over, no? You then focus it. Huh? If we learn to focus it once, and then focused light, you put on this corner, you can see clearly what is there. Focus in this corner, you can see the same thing. So, it is one suggestion is this, that whatever we do, if we think I am doing for God, and I should have to be perfect in it, best I can do, I will serve. Whatever, you are mopping the floor, you are doing your on computer, you are performing a job, you are going to a medical school, you are a medical professional, or you are a doctor, whatever, you are doing your bed, how perfectly you do your bed. So if we start to think that everything belongs to God and nothing belongs to me, it's a thought. I have no perception. It's talk only. No. But let us start with the talk and think that everything is God. So whatever I do, I am serving God. To this stretching the bed sheet, rinsing the towel, mopping the floor, putting my shoes in proper way, hanging my cloth in right way. That concentration should be practiced in this way. Everything, my offering, so it should be done the best way. So if we do that, then when you sit for meditation, probably the same focused mind can be little concentrated than the other time. Because I am training my mind to do the thing, whatever comes as a duty, to do the most perfectly. I have no selection, higher, lower, this, that. Preference, no preference. Because everything is service to God. So in the office you say that I am working for my boss. Yes, in a realistic life it is boss. But really you have to think, boss is no boss. Behind the boss there is eternal boss. And behind me also eternal boss. So we are connected there. So we can practice this way, that may help us to focus in our meditation. No? Because when I do one work, my mind goes into another thought. No? And then when I meditate, naturally my mind goes into other thoughts. So it is the nature of the mind, it goes. And that is to be practiced. And Bhagavad Gita says we have to practice lifelong. It is not in one day it is possible. It is not possible by few months practice. But we have to constant abhyasa, vairagabhyam tan nirodha. The suggestion is you repeatedly practice abhyasa. And vairagya means you understand where the mind goes, it is not important. It is you have to detach from that. It is not now. to train the mind. I am not to do that. I am not to think now. I will think this only now. The whole world is gone from me. So they are the perfect people. We see in the lives of our great Swamis. We have seen really, we are fortunate to see them. How much work they do, we cannot just make a assessment of that. Every moment of their life is, every second is utilized, they can utilize, and most perfectly because they focus this Swami who has written this book, 3 volumes of this Upanishad, he has written the Life of Holy Mother, pioneering book. He has written the 3 volumes of Swami Vivekananda's like Juganayak Vivekananda, History of the Ramakrishna Monastery and Mission. He was the General Secretary of the whole Ramakrishna order for quite a long time. He was the trustee of the whole Ramakrishna movement. And how he got so much time, all administering all those things, and got time to do this serious work, how he could do? Because he taught us that to concentrate, and focus. Whatever I do, that is the only job to do, and most perfectly I can do to the best my ability.
Anybody else?
No more? Oito. There is
Uh,
Thank you. So even when you're speaking, I come into this place of feeling almost insecure, like with the ability to practice. You know, when you kind of talk about that going away for a year and being letting go of all these different external drives, it almost seems so intimidating that I come to this place of I should be doing more, you know, and then I kind of there's that place of craving or that desire, and then kind of comes with that negative talk of, oh, you'll never be able to get to a place, right? So how do I welcome into that compassion, that gentle melding spot in between that variance of the complete, the kind of obedience, and then where I stand in my humanity of kind of faults and learning. How do I kind of come into that middle ground and kind of be in that place of self-love?
So what, Swami, can you briefly tell me the question?
So basically what she's asking is, it's so hard sometimes we learn and we hear from our own teachers about spiritual life and spiritual practices, and sometimes it's so hard to live in the world and sort of harmonize these two, because on one hand we're supposed to be so disciplined, so strict with ourselves, and on the other hand we have a life. And so it's we want to be spontaneous and want to be supposed to be ourselves, but we are not allowed because we have to be good, good kids. And so how do we come to a place of harmony between
these two?
External
world.
Yeah, our discipline at the same time being ourselves.
Okay.
It's a great question, and I think most of you are. Because
I need a stepping stone,
because we cannot be so rigid, at the same time we can't be so flexible.
Yeah. So yeah.
Somewhere in between.
No, I think that we should have, as you know, the example is that the elephant, you see the elephant has 2 tasks. Teeth. 2 tasks are big tasks, and their inner chewing teeth is there. 2 types of teeth. So when we live in the world, we'll have to speak to the language of the world. I don't misunderstand me that we'll be all so focused and do work and everyone gets the raise and I don't get my raise. There you have to foment. You say, hey, what happened to me? I worked so hard. Huh? and this is my result. Give me the raise. You have to talk to speak to a language. But internally we can keep our spiritual ideal that I will do this, but I know whatever is God's grace, what is my right thing will come. But I can do my best, and external world always to balance it. No, that's why Holy Mother Sarada Devi gave an example. Behave in the place and circumstances and in time you are, how to adjust in that element. But internal feeling, the internal teeth of the elephant, like us, will be that high goal inside. And in the outside world, where they understand, you can talk to them. You come to the Swami, then you can tell in this level. But when you go to a person who does not have that understanding, you have to come down to that level and talk to him in the language he understands. There is the example, therefore the example is that a Ramakrishna story of a snake. And the boys, the children used to go, and the snake used to disturb them. There was a snake living in the field, and the children used to go for playing, and the snake used to chase them. So one day one holy man was passing by, and the boys said, "Don't go that side, there is a snake, it will bite you." Then he said, no, I know the mantra. So he went, and the snake came hissing, and then he chanted the mantra, and the snake bowed down. It's a story. And then the holy man said, "Hey, why do you do harm to people? Don't harm. I will give you this mantra. You repeat this mantra and be a good person." So he became a good person. And then the snake, the boys now got a chance. What happened? They got interested and found that the snake no more comes to chase them. What happened? Then they more inquisitive and they found that there is a hole and the snake is hiding there. So they become more bold and bolder, and then ultimately poked. And the snake came out, and then they cast the snake and wheeled around and dashed on the ground. He vomited blood and broken bones. The children thought that now it is dead, let us go. But night time he got to senses and went back with the broken arms. And then next time the holy man came in the same way. The boys said, "Oh, that snake is done, where are you going?" Well, "Oh, snake is dead, he is no more there." Then the holy man said, No, it cannot die, I gave the mantra. He will be here till the mantra becomes successful. Then he came and called the snake by name, and the snake gradually came out, thin, emaciated, almost rickety. Then he said, "What happened to you? I saw you hefty last time, and you are strong, and what happened to you?" "No, the boys do not know. So they thought that I am the same person, but they did something, but it's not their fault." He's become so kind. Otherwise he was hissing and biting first. And now he has become so transformed. Then the holy man advised him, "I asked you not to bite. Did I ask not to hiss?" That is the example. Jai Ma. Anything more?
Mi pregunta es, ¿cuáles de las dos posturas debiera yo tomar? Porque me encuentro como pareciera ser en un bucle, soltarme de acuerdo a las enseñanzas de soltarme en el universo y no poner ninguna resistencia a lo que se me presente, o bien la otra postura es todos los obstáculos que vengan, tomarlo como una señal que ese es el camino.
Swami, you can give the response.
Yes.
First question.
The question is right.
Huh.
Actually, what he's wondering is how can you let yourself go and tune with the universe, and we are supposed to like go with the flow and just let things come to us and accept them. But at the same time, it seems to be that we have to take responsibility for the things that come to us, and we should look upon them as signs, as well as opportunities for growth. So how do you keep that balance? I can answer.
Yeah.
In Espanol. and so anybody else? So do you all have gurus?
Yeah,
Do you all have
yeah.
teachers?
Yes. She is here.
Okay.
Hi, I just wanted to say to anyone who has been looking to take the next stepping stone in spiritual practice that I would offer a suggestion to look into the Vitasana 10-day meditation course, which is entirely free. And it's the purest gift that I've ever received. And it's really helped me differentiate between intellectual knowing and embodied knowing. And it's shown me that, like, despite all my studies and listening to talks, that I'm really starting at square zero in terms of spiritual practice. So if you are interested in Vipassana,
You did Vipassana. You went to Vipassana and that helped you to introspect. Yes, any type of practice that can help to observe our mind and body and actions, that's very good, that's an opportunity to do that. But my one problem will be that we live in the society, we cannot go for days and days in that type of practice, Vipassana practice. It's good if you can provide and get it. That's why we want to make in our Vedanta a holistic life. You do everyday practice your meditation, certain time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times a day. You do your karma with the proper attitude. You analyze the impermanence of the object and what is the permanent reality behind. Use your all the faculties. We all have 4 faculties. One faculty, emotional faculty. Pray to God. Use that emotion to God. We have a karma ability, action, no? We are always, and we'll have to work. We'll have to earn money, we'll have to do our normal thing, we'll have to cook, we'll have to clean. So we cannot do all the hours in meditation like that. Our life does not allow that. Earlier days maybe it was possible. And of course some can afford to do that. That's Jnana Karma Yoga, meditation. Sit for meditation sometime. And Jnana Karma Yoga Bhakti, devotion. So all the intellectual ability, emotional ability, our physical activity level and meditative type. Use all of them so that 24 hours can be spiritual. So you got a glimpse of that truth that you can, by introspection, putting an introspection in your heart, you can see things much different than that, what we have not noticed before.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. This is the first time I've been here, and I'm trying to help a friend of mine who has a anxiety problem from separating from somebody who they think is not good for them, but at the same time it's causing them a lot of fear and anxiety to stay away. So it's constant back and forth, back and forth. Is there a way to get over the suffering of feeling that you need somebody when you know that they're bad for you? I don't know what to tell the person.
Yeah.
What's the best thing to do? You know it's like being addicted to alcohol or drugs. You know it's bad for you, but when you withdraw, you still have that drive to get the substance that's bad for you. in this case it's another person, how can I advise them to overcome that which they know is not good for them?
Yeah, that's a very serious question. And that's a life's problem.
Yes.
Always it goes. We cannot give just one advice from outside. It is particularly, it needs us to know her or his background, mental condition. And this time I personally will not suggest someone to meditate. Because this meditation will be worst, because it will bring all the pain and suffering more concretized. Rather, analytically we can look at this situation and we understand, we get a great lesson, and then we can redirect our life. So how to live in the life that we are learning every day, and how to get back to our what can be done. It should be more one-on-one discussion is necessary. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we can end here. Huh? Oh, someone is there.
One more question.
Recently, as I'm growing older, I'm having a lot of negativity, fear of death, fear of losing everything,
Yeah.
fear of pain. How do I get rid of that?
Okay, great. We are all fear of losing things, no? Who not? Tell me, anyone here? We are all fearful of losing. What losing? Beauty, losing money, losing building, house, living wealth, prosperity, losing wanted this body. So it's all related question. Fear, fear, fear. Huh? Only fear can be conquered by knowing what is fearless. What is the fearless thing in this fearful world? Everything is fearful here. Huh? There is a Vairagya Satakam. There is a beautiful verse written in Vairagya Satakam book. Everything is frightening. Everything is fearful. Only Vairagyameva Bhayam. Only what is the power? Power is when you say, I don't care. Then you are free. I try my best. I'm trying to keep the body with medicine, with doctor, with exercise, with whatever I can do. Afterwards, I don't care. I'll have to give up this body one day. So, we should be bold. If we are not bold, we cry, then the body fear will be more and more clutching me and choking my neck. But we'll have to find out a way. Or you can say, everyone was born, everyone died, Ramakrishna came, Rama came, Krishna came, Buddha came, Christ came, they also died. So what is the special thing for me? Why I am so special among 7.4 billion people in the world? I am an ordinary one of them. So I will also die. And we have our philosophy. We are again born. So just any philosophy, either of this idea that I am not special, everyone dies, and are we not dying every second? That question, bring that question. Why am I frightened about the last point of death? Where am I dying every second? I am not crying for death. Where is my 20 years age young boy in all of us? Where did it go? Are we crying? No. We took it naturally. Oh, it happened. 20 becomes 21, 21 becomes 22, no? So similarly, this is the happening of the material world. And it's a matter. But I am the spirit. I don't die. So this, whatever philosophy, devotion, oh Lord, yes, I am becoming old, so my fear coming. Please take away my fear. Prayer, that may be helpful. Vedanta analysis, everyone is dying, everyone is changing. What's the special with me? I will also die. Oh, I will be free from the bondage of this cage. Is it not a freedom? You see, we go to the hospital and I am seeing some patient. One patient, she's so frail, fatigue, what is called the chronic fatigue symptom. So he's feeling every day weak and weak and weak. Food is there, doctors are there, nothing they can do. So, what to do? What to say? It is a natural thing happening. And it may happen for me also. And we should learn out of that. We have seen how many people died, how many people are dying this moment. So, all this analysis, prayer, Vedantic, whatever weapon can handle this problem, we should have to take advantage of them. And God's grace. Okay, thank you. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanam Astu.